אחד ושמו אחד, לאמור שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. בכבוד. A few minutes. בעזרת השם, כדרכנו בקודש, over here בישיבת שירו להשם, by corner of Sterling and Southwest 40th Avenue. We're after Arvit, which is 9:45 Arvit. We are continuing limud today, the Aliya number 4. Chevre, I understand those don't want to listen. There's children that would like to listen, so please be quiet. So fourth Aliya starts. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, natei yadecha. So now we said that the Jewish nation with the Egyptians are both already wandering inside the ocean. I know many people have a misconception. They think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was looking to save the Jews because Jews had nowhere to run. That was not the purpose of Kriyat Yam Suf. Orel, the purpose of Kriyat Yam Suf was not to save the Jews. There was nowhere in the Torah that it says that Hashem, the purpose, it says, V'yatzil et Israel. Where does that tzedakah came from? To get out of Egypt. But the whole purpose of the Kriyat Yam Suf was for one purpose and one purpose. The purpose was to drown the Egyptians, as we already spoke for the past 2 days. Hashem wanted to take out the Egyptians from their comfort zone and to drown all of them because they were making fun of Hashem. That was the entire purpose of Kriyat Yam Suf, and the Jews did not cross the Sea of Reeds. They actually went on a U-turn. They made a U-turn in the ocean. Basically, they went in here. So you have this the riverbank, right, or the ocean. They went in, and they made a turn, and they came out the same place almost a few yards over to the left. They came in, and they came out in the same place. Basically, the big misconception that the world has that the Jews crossed the ocean. It's not true. They did not cross the ocean, and it's a wrong misconception, and the whole point was to drown the Egyptians. That was the only and sole purpose for the opening of the Sea of Reeds. So now we're coming to this Aliyah, where Moshe Rabbeinu is told by Hashem to go now and tell the ocean to go back to its place. Put your hand down, raise your hand on the ocean, like a dual smiting, and now like a sign, and all the ocean is going to cave in. And that's what happened. This whole Aliyah is actually going to be discussing how the Egyptians were drowning. Those who deserved more got a severe punishment. They went down like straw, meaning those that Hashem wanted to kill right away for them not to suffer, they drowned instantly, like a brick of like a stone brick, right? You drop a stone, very heavy, it goes to the bottom of the ocean very fast. Those are the less Rashaim. All Egyptians were evil. They all deserve to die, except even Paro, but Paro was saved for whatever reason was. Every Egyptian had to suffer. The question is now, how much suffering was dedicated for each Egyptian? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as we know, cares even about a little speckled drop of rain, that they shouldn't touch each other. Every dust, you know that wind, you see sometimes the wind picks up a lot of dust from the earth, right? You see that and it comes to your eyes, that wind, right? Yeah. How many speckles of dust you think is there? Zillions, gazillions. You see that wind, little wind. Not one little drop got into your eyes, you're going crazy about? You heard that sometimes? Or you're driving a bike and there's a little wind. Hashem is mashgiach on every little thing in this world. There's nothing in this world that lasts or moves or even is unless Hashem wants it to be. And everything is controlled by Hashem. So Egyptians, those that were Rashaim, evil ones, they were not killed with a stone. They were like a straw. The ocean was waving them. And every second they thought they're going to stay alive. And every second they thought they're going to survive. And in the end, they went down. They almost drowned. Boom. They came back up again. They got the air back. Go back down. This is how they died. And this is how we know in this Aliyah, the fourth Aliyah, is the beautiful compilation of the beautiful song that we sing every Shabbat with the Nigun by Sefaradim. We have a beautiful Az Yashir Moshe Ubnei Israel. This is a song that there was a big machloket in the Shamayim. The angels wanted to sing also to Hashem. And Hashem said, no, you cannot sing. You're not involved in this miracle. because Hashem did not want the Malachim to sing because they were not involved. And Hashem said to them, how dare you even sing when my creation is being destroyed? My Hashem's creation, the Egyptians are His creation as much as the Jews are His creation. We're all His creation. The only difference between us and the Goyim, by the time of Matan Torah, we became the representative of Torah. We're representative of Hashem. So obviously, a representative has a little bit different dialogue. A president of the United States can't just go anywhere he wishes. There has to be Secret Service coming in, clearing out the area. That's what a Jew is. A Jew is representative of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And before Hashem even threw us out of the Eretz Israel, Chas v'shalom, out of when we deserved Galut, what do you think? He just threw us out to Galut? No. He made sure that the Goyim, He sent out a cruise. He sent out messengers. You're going to find a Jew, be very careful. You can't be doing whatever you want to the Jews. Throughout all the 2,000 years, 1955 years that we are outside of Israel now, in Galut, we are being tortured and suffering by the hands of the Goyim. Everyone will give an accounting. But everybody knows they cannot, especially touch a Jew. You know what they did, Markel? When the Jews came to Shanghai from Mir Yeshiva, when Mir Yeshiva came to Shanghai in 1940s, when they escaped from Russia, yeah, Markel? You know what they were doing when they were living in Shanghai? As the Jews were walking, Markel, the Chinese people, the stories saw them. Who are you? They saw people dressed, different clothing, not like a regular, white boys coming in from America. They dressed like a fine and refined nature. They're bowing down to them. Oh, you're the people of the book. You are the people of the book. The whole world knows to respect the Jews, because you can't portray, you can't copy something, you can't try to emulate something unless you respect it. So before the Galut, before Hashem destroyed Yerushalayim 1955 years ago, Hashem made sure He sent out on a malach all over the world, that little wind to everybody. Listen, Jews are going to be coming around. You better behave yourself and you better portray respect. Why? Not that we need respect. The Goy has to respect us, not for us. You know why the Goy has to respect us? Because whatever a person respects, that's what he emulates. And that's what we're learning over here in this Aliyah. That then what happened in this Aliyah? Beautiful thing. Not just men sang, Miriam encouraged all the women to sing as well. Even though you see, Kol Kvodavat Melech Prima. They didn't do it, obviously, Priya. They didn't, no man saw them. Obviously, they went to the corner, they went around the different mountain, they made a campment, they made a mechitza, and there's no such thing as a woman ever allowed to sing in front of the man. Elaim Ken, when there is an allowance, where there is an allowance for a woman to sing in front of man, in the time of a burial. When there is a levaya, there were some allowances in Gemara time where there was allowed. Today, most Rabbanim are already against that, because we have a generation where looking even in the beautifully dressed sneeze girls is already not an easy thing. You're not allowed to go to a wedding of a religious chatuna and put yourself behind the mechitza of the lady's side. Either old tzanua, but because the minds are so corrupted, not even that are allowed to look. Somebody asked me, Rabbi, what's the problem? Brit Milah with mechitza with all the religious women. They're all closed. Also, that is a problem, because the generation can handle. We are in a generation of tumah, of frivolity, and all those things, and therefore it's to kedai to stay away from it. Not to go to Brit Milah when it's not, especially in Florida. In Florida, there's a woman, they have heterim, I don't know where they got this from, a woman that walks outside without socks, or without stockings. Chas v'shalom. What is that heter from? It's asur. Isur chamur. Shok. What is a shok of Isha? The Gemara says, the shok is a shin, between the knee and the ankle. That's called a shok. And that's asur to be looking at a woman. What does that mean she walks around without socks? That's sneers, they're all closed up. Rabbi, whatever. But you could see that. You cannot make a bracha in front of that. Chas v'shalom. You're not allowed to make a bracha in front of any woman that's not sneers. So what are we talking about? So here in Florida, since somehow there are Rabbanim over here, I spoke to many Rabbanim. Rabbi, there is heterim. What heterim? Go fly a kite. There is no heterim. For women to be at sneers, it's a heter. Now, how can you make a bracha? No, since that's the case, a Jew should not go to a Brit Milah unless it's mamash yeshivish and Brit Milah, and they have 100% mechitza to separate between men and women. Even Brit Milah, even if there is no singing and dancing. My Rebbe grew us up When there is music, you have to be mechitza. But again, where I grew up, no woman would dare to walk outside without socks. What does that mean? So there were both sneers. So the woman sat on one side, the woman outside on that side. There was no mechitza, there was no music. There was no mechitza, it was acceptable. But today, Rahman al-Islam, especially here in Florida, where every second woman comes in, she's half naked. What are you talking about without mechitza? Chas v'shalom to go to such parties. Next, then now after this the praising to Hashem in this Aliyah, ויצא משה ישראל מים סוף ויצאו אל מדבר שור וילכו שלושת ימים. Now they're fighting for what? No water. There was no water to drink for the nation. So this is what it is called. This is called the place of Mayim Merarim. There was bitter waters in there, and Moshe Rabbeinu took a tree, a bark of a tree, which is also bitter, throws it inside there, and there was a miracle. And because he threw it there, and the waters became drinkable. So what's the purpose of this? Bitter waters. Now, Moshe Rabbeinu throws a bitterness inside, and all the time it becomes beautiful taste. What's right away? Right there. Right there, and then Moshe Rabbeinu told him, the Torah, it's not all about, it's not all about pleasantness only. We don't serve Hashem only because there is pleasantness for us. Adarabba, even if there is no pleasantness, we serve Hashem. Even though the Goyim wanted to kill us, annihilate us, and cause us a lot of tzarot, still a Jew has to serve Hashem, and through that he will have the Mayim Metukim, and everything will be sweet in your lives. B'ezrat Hashem. B'shat Ol Maslachat.